PJ-TALC. PJ-TALC stands for Pajama Time Art Live Chat, and we talk about art and life and artists' life, specifically my artist life. So tonight I am drinking that wonderful red dragon chai. No, spice dragon chai. That's what it is. I don't know why I think of it red. I think maybe because the package is kind of reddish, but anyway, and the tea is kind of reddish. So let's begin tonight by talking about my day, which was wonderful. I call Thursdays my ukulele day because I teach ukulele at the beginning of the day, and then I teach another ukulele class at the end of the day. But in between, I had a lovely experience, and I want to share it with you because I'm going to be helping them get the word out. And I realize there's not a lot of you that are watching this, but I want to share with you about my experience and about the organization that I learned about today. I've been living in this area for about 20 years. Hi, Tweed. That's my doggie. And so you would think I would know most of the things that are going on in this area. Well, I had heard of this organization just kind of in passing over the years, but today I got to visit Camp of the Hills in Smithwick, and I was so impressed that I'm really actually hoping that I will be able to help them and work with them. They are a camp that focuses on underprivileged children. And so the really fabulous thing is that they don't charge anything for the camps. They take underprivileged children for the camps and give them an outdoor experience that is superb and wonderful. They have a beautiful acreage where they have made amazing improvements, and they have beautiful facilities. And I'm just super excited about this organization. So Camp of the Hills, and it is just in my area, but I am looking forward to working with them, helping them with coming up with some ideas for music classes and art classes and activities for the students and expand their offerings there. And I want you to know about it because obviously if the kids are not paying for their camp experience, somebody still has to pay for that. So they are they are a charity organization. They do operate on charitable giving. And so if you'd like to sponsor a child, I would be glad to get you the information for doing that. At any rate, I really enjoyed that visit this afternoon, and I'm excited about it. So now that my tea has cooled just a little bit, cheers, my friends. That's really good tea. So tonight we've been talking about underpaintings all week. And I've kind of been inspired. I think I'm going to create a video series on that on my YouTube channel. So keep an eye on my YouTube channel for that coming up in the next couple of weeks. So we talked about Monday, we talked about what is an underpainting. And we agreed that an underpainting is a very personal choice, that it is not necessary, but it can offer you some really great options for enriching your painting. And then on Tuesday, we talked about dry underpaintings and the fact that you can make a dry underpainting and then you can use alcohol to set it if you're working in pastel. Just keep in mind that that's what I'm talking about, only pastel. You can do underpaintings, and many of them that I have mentioned in other mediums, but you would need to do a little bit more study on how they're actually accomplished, because I don't know that. I am familiar only with pastel. And then last night we talked about using complementary colors in your underpainting and why you would want to do that. We also covered on one of those nights, maybe it was Monday night, we covered the fact that when you do your underpainting, you want to concentrate on getting your values in. The values are the darks and the lights. And if you get your values in, remember, value does the work and color gets the glory. So if you get your values in, you have a much better chance of having a pleasing result. So tonight, I would like to talk about using underpaintings for inspiration. Sometimes you have an idea in your head, maybe, or maybe you don't even have an idea in your head, but you know you have to get to the paint. You know you have to start painting just to keep yourself painting. All right. That's an important thing, a daily practice. And we talked about that a couple of weeks ago here. You need to make time for your art. And you're kind of stuck. You don't have an idea. Well, using an underpainting is a really great way to play and get unstuck. So it doesn't really matter which of the techniques that you use. I personally like the wet techniques whenever I am needing some inspiration. And then I will just put down all kinds of colors. I will definitely use alcohol or Gamsol or something that will give me an interesting bloom and weird effects, because guaranteed by the time I finish, I'm going to be inspired. Now, interestingly enough, I might not be inspired to paint that picture, whatever it is. I'm just inspired by the wonder and the delight of playing. I may try to follow up on that underpainting for sure. There's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't have to be that particular painting. I've got one in there that I did that way with it months ago, and it's still sitting there because I love the way it looks, but it's obviously not finished. I've put no pastel on it at all, no other treatment, and I just like the way it looks, so it's just sitting there. So maybe someday I'll figure out what I want to do with it. But that underpainting is just delightful for me. I enjoy thinking about how fun it was to make it. And I have no concept of how to finish it off. So I'm not going to, but I can tell you that it was very inspirational to make it at the time. And that's a mindset that I think that we all need as artists. We need to understand that inspiration is a thing to be sought. It's not hard to find, and that making some just making something for the fun of it is okay. It doesn't have to be useful. It doesn't have to be a thing. It doesn't have to turn into something. And this is my puppy, my other puppy, and I'm gonna put my tea down because do you want to come over and be seen? This is my puppy. There's a puppy, and there's another puppy. There's my puppies. Yay, puppies! I have a third puppy, but he is ouch laying on the floor. So finally you get to meet my puppies. So do what inspires you as far as underpainting goes. Yes, there are techniques that you can learn and that you can follow, but there are no hard and fast rules. There's no wrong way to do an underpainting. So you're just going to need to try and play with things. And some people don't even do an underpainting. That's okay too. Please make sure your drawing is good. Please make sure your values are in. Please make sure your perspective is right. And don't worry about an underpainting if it confuses you. It's not absolutely necessary. It's just a fun, inspiring, and sometimes carefully followed map to help you come up with a beautiful painting. All right, folks. Well, I've had a wonderful day, but it is time for me to kick back and relax for a little bit. So I'm going to finish my tea, and you need to be looking for the music and listening for the colors and awakening the creativity in your heart. And I will see you tomorrow night.